Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, welcome to today's class. Today, I like to start the class without any introduction because I like to consider this class as the continuation of the previous class. So, if one likes to have a clear conception about the class, he should follow the previous class. Whatever, in the previous class, we were discussing about suffix and prefix. As it is the continuation or extension of that class, today we will also discuss about it. Okay students, no more discussion. Now let us go to the board. I have written some points about suffix and prefix. Actually students, if one likes to get a clear conception or idea about suffix and prefix, I think he should take a special focus on some points, and already I have written those points one by one. I am reading those points and discussing. The first point is that a student should know the meaning of the words and sentence in a passage. At first the students has to know the meaning, otherwise it will be impossible for him to write the correct form. Then he has to know the location of noun, verb, adjective and adverb in a sentence, and I am discussing these points later, and already I have written few points regarding this point. So, we will discuss it later. Next, the student has to change the words according to parts of speech. So, a student should have a clear idea about the usage of parts of speech in a sentence. That is why he should study over parts of speech. Whatever, and the last one is to practice again and again. You know it very well that practicing one thing makes one enriched about any point. So, of course, a student has to practice more and more, because it is a very common saying that the more you practice, the more you will know. So, you all have to practice. Whatever, I think these points are clear to you all students. But if I like to sum up these points, I like to say one thing, and that is you all have to know the Bangla meaning of the passage or the sentences or words. Without realizing the Bangla meaning, no way to get the correct form. Whatever. Now, regarding this point students, this point, I have written a few rules. Actually, there are many rules of getting enriched about suffix and prefix, but I have written a few rules due to the shortage of time. Whatever, I think these rules should be helpful for you students. The first one is article plus noun. That means, if you get an article in a sentence and then only one word, then that word should be noun. In a sentence, if you just get an article and then get only one word, that word should be a noun. How? Suppose he is a teach. If you get a word teach, then the answer should be teacher. Teach, the word teach was verb, but now we have added two letters er, and now the word is teacher, and teacher is a noun. That is why we have got an article here a, and then the word is a noun. That is why teacher. So, the complete sentence is he is a teacher, but before that it was he is a teach. It was not the correct sentence. So, verb is not required after an article. I think this rule is clear to you all students. Now, next, article plus adjective plus noun. That means, if you get an article in a sentence and then get an adjective, then the next word should be noun. How? Look at this sentence. I have already written a sentence. He is a talented teacher. Suppose if this word is written teach, you have to write teacher. That means you have to make this word noun. Already this word is made noun, but in your question paper you may get this word as teach. So, the sentence should be he is a talented teacher, and talented, the word talented is an adjective. You have to know a clear idea about adjective, noun, that means parts of speech. Without having a clear idea about parts of speech, it will be somewhat tough for you to get the proper form of a word, whatever. So, I think this rule is also clear to you. He is a talented teacher, that means an article, then an adjective, and at last a noun, whatever, students. Now next, the third rule should be article plus adverb plus adjective plus noun. Look how he is a very talented teacher. That means usually if you get any adjective, then you can use noun after that adjective. So this should be noun, teach. If you get teach, it should be teacher. And here article, then adverb very, then adjective talented, and then noun form teacher. That means if you get this type of sentence in a passage, you will set in this way. Whatever. Now it is the time of discussing about the last point, and this is possessive form plus noun. Possessive form. Students, I think you should know something about possessive form. Possessive form means to possess something. Suppose my, our, your, their, that means who possesses something. Now, suppose my home, our house, our school, something like that, whatever. These are called possessive form. In this sentence, it is our responsibility. Our is a possessive form. Our. Possessive form never sits alone. It always requires a noun after its position. Now, the main word is responsibility, but the previous word should be responsible. I am writing here responsible, 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 and now the word turns into responsibility because this word is not a noun form, rather it's an adjective form. So we have to make it a noun. That's why we have written responsibility, responsibility. So we can realize it from the rule that after any possessive form, a noun is always required. Otherwise, the sentence will not get the correct meaning. So the sentence is, it is our responsibility. That means it is under our guidance, whatever. Students, I think these rules are also clear to you, and you have to practice these rules at home, whatever. Students, now I think it's better to write a passage for your clear conception, because I have already written a point, and that is practicing again and again. Students, so for all time I always like to emphasize on practice. Today usually I will practice passage. All right. Now I am going to erase these points and rules. Compute is the late invent of science. We can't do a single day without the assist of compute. It stores and supplies in form. Students, I have written a passage and the words are not in the correct form. We have to correct it. Now take a focus on the discussion. We all together will correct the words. Now the first word is compute is the late invent of science. This is the first sentence, very first sentence. But these words are not in the right form. We have to correct these words. So the first word usually is noun. The first word should be noun. This word is not in noun form. Computer. So we have to make it noun. Computer. Computer is a noun form. Computer is the latest. Latest. Late is just an adjective, but in this sentence we have used an article the, and it should be a comparison superlative degree. That's why it should be latest. And we have already known that at first article, then adjective, then the word should be noun. Adjective, then noun. So it should be invention. The noun form of this word is invention of science. That means computer came at the last as invention. We can't do a single day. That means it is not possible to run a single day without computer, without the assist. It is article, then it should be a noun form. Assistance. Assistance. I am writing once again. Assistance, students, it should be the noun form. Assistance of computer, noun. After preposition, usually a word is noun. It stores and supplies, verb, and after verb the word should be noun. Information. The word inform is a verb and the noun form it is information. That means the function of it is to supply and store or keep information in its memory. Now it is being used world. The word should be worldwide. It is an adjective used adjective worldwide, students. WORLD, WID, worldwide. But before that the word was noun, world. But now it is adjective worldwide. It is very much helpful. Helpful. The help was word sometimes noun, sometimes it is used as a verb. But now helpful is clearly an adjective. Very much helpful because this word is meaningful to this sentence. To the harmony. Harmony is a noun, but here another word is waiting. That's why we have to change this word. Usually it is an article, it is a word and then another word. So usually this word should be adjective. and the adjective form of this word is harmonious. Harmonious, and then usually this word should be a noun, and this is this word should be development. Development of a country. Students, I think it's clear now. All the words are in the right form and clear. It was just a practice, students. So it was the clear discussion. Students, hope these 2 classes will be helpful for you, and you will practice it at home, and you will share with your teachers and friends. And thank you so much for staying with me. Stay fine and safe. Allah Hafiz.